How you going, buddy? Hey, Terry.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm doing well, mate. How are you?
Excelente.
How's the week treating you?
Not bad. There, I think
Oh, we have GHL royalty joining us today. Just letting him in.
oh, there he
Um,
is.
there, you know Mario, do you?
I do
That's
not, but if you say he's a legend, I
Yeah,
believe you.
yeah. I just saying to Lou and Terry, I said we've got GHL royalty joining us today. Um, Mario is the app vibe coding absolute genius. So I've just been chatting. Mario just reached out on Facebook asking if people had more than 10,000 visitors a month to their website. And I said, I think I have. And I think
yeah,
I
you're
have,
si-
don't I,
you're
Mario?
you're literally sitting on a gold mine, man. You're sitting at the end of a rainbow and not collecting the pot of gold from the leprechaun. Like, we'll work on some stuff to monetize that for you. I'd love to collaborate on a project, but I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. I am but a humble servant. That is all.
You're a good guy, Mario. You're a good guy. Mario and myself go back to the days when we were both working at Extendly.
Yeah,
Um,
we've known each other for a long time, going on like 7 years at this point.
yeah, I think I had dark hair at one stage as well back then.
Yeah, I think you actually had real hair too. Like,
Yeah.
and
Hey Stephen, hey
you
Stephen,
were
I think
shaved too.
your hair turns white. Mine just falls out.
Yeah,
Yes, same. I got
Yeah,
the I got the peach fuzz on the top of my head. My girlfriend keeps telling me to grow it, and I'm like, it literally doesn't grow. Like no
yeah.
matter how hard I try, like this side of my hair is like 2 weeks. This top of my head, I don't cut. It's like 4 months. It just doesn't grow.
oh well, it could be. Well, I suppose grey and not grey and bald. As long as you're not both, I suppose grey and going bald. I suppose.
I
But how
got
is
I
it?
got white, red, and gray in my beard. I'm all sorts of colors.
Yeah, I mean, I went grey years ago, and I've been grey and white for a long time. I'm losing the staining on the moustache because given up smoking for the last week. It's been a bloody hard week.
Yeah, I think I've seen you in the mall, a few malls during Christmas time.
Yeah, with little kids sitting on my lap, normally running away and screaming. I played on that on the last level up event, Lou. I sort of ramped it up that Santa Claus is coming and all of that sort of thing. I had all these people coming up to me at Dallas going, "There's Santa, there's Santa, there's Santa." It was a bit of fun. But Gabriel, Terry, Dylan, Brand, thanks for joining us, guys. This is not a bad crowd for this one. We like I said, we do have a really special guest. I was going to talk about creating better offers and all of that sort of thing with your high ticket offers and things like that. But we've got another legend joining us right now as well. So we've got a friend of mine, Thomas Lee, who is an expert in digital marketing, meta ads, Google ads, and all of that sort of thing. So Mario, have you met Thomas? Thomas, have you met Mario?
Yeah,
Yes.
we smoke cigars together. Yeah, no, Thomas is amazing, man.
Yeah, yeah. Thomas is coming to Dallas this year, and we're all smoking cigars again, Mario.
Hell yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna be in
Um,
Dallas this year.
why not?
I don't know. Well, actually, I may go, but I may go as an attendee.
Yeah,
For the first time ever because I've been to every level up, but I've always been a vendor.
yeah.
So I may go as an attendee and actually go to some of the sessions. I haven't decided yet. I'm I my focus has been a different area, more focused on kind of the startups and helping people to get over that hump, less on the like helping newer agency owners.
Yeah.
And level up really isn't my target market because it's all established agency owners.
Yeah.
So,
Fantastic. Well, you've got six or seven newer agency owners here right now, Mario.
oh,
um,
amazing. So, do you mind if I give a quick background on myself?
guys, we don't mind you. I certainly don't mind you. Go for it, buddy.
Yeah, so I started with high level about 7.5, almost 8 years ago. As realistically 7.5 as we come up on 2027. But when I met Sean, Varun, and Robin and discovered HighLevel. It was back when the only support and way to get a hold of anyone at HighLevel was actually Sean Clark's phone number on, who's the CEO of HighLevel, is his phone number on the website. So I was one of the very early adopters, sub 1000 relationship ID. And over time in this industry, I've seen agencies come and go, small and large. I focus on helping newer agency owners and people who are new to the startup space to grow and scale efficiently and effectively. I've made multiple startup exits. I've had a variety of positive and negative experiences in the startup and agency world. I actually ran one of the largest marketing agencies in the United States Midwest. We served international clients and national clients. We had about 25 employees, ran several $1 million a year in annual recurring revenue, and really enjoyed that space, but wanted to get out of kind of the stress of having employees. So I went back into the solo founder startup world. Prior background, military, United States Marine Corps, served in that for several years as a engineer, focused on developing test procedures and equipment, predominantly for weapon systems. So I have a pretty diverse background, been programming since I was 8. Everything that I've done has kind of stair-stepped on top of and built on top of that foundation of systems engineering and systems logic. But my real passion is helping people. And thanks to, people like Steven, Thomas, everyone else in the community who supports me, I am able to do that and typically help people at no cost. So I run a pretty large community group where we just talk about, challenges and things like that. And I'm excited to be here. So that's my background.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing, Mario. Has anybody got, before I asked Thomas about his background, has, like, taking it from me, I've been around the space for quite some time, but Mario is a legend in the space and he's really well known. He's controversial a lot of the time as well. Can I say, Mario?
Yeah. I'm very honest. I am, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And I don't pull punches. Again, prior United States Marine Corps Marine. So I am just very honest, and some people find that controversial. So
What's your community? Where's it located?
it's called Legendary Academy. I'm actually moving it to another community as we speak, on either School or Circle. But I will happily grab your contact info from Steven and personally send you an invite. So
Okay,
Yeah,
appreciate it.
put the link in the chat if you want, Mario. We're here to help people. We're not
yeah,
here
absolutely.
to sell. So anybody that wants to get involved, I don't know what's there, but absolutely, it's the whole beauty about the GHL community I've found over years and years and years. There's people like Thomas, there's people like Mario, myself some of the time when I feel like it, but everybody's there to help. It is like it is a nice, friendly, open community in most senses. So go out and have a look, and different people do different Zooms. And Mario, I've been chatting to Steve Rosenbaum, who used to
I
live
love Steve. He's such a great person.
We get on really well as well, and I've just started up a little group with him where we're going to talk. I've modeled it on the, Statler and Waldorf, the Muppets, the grumpy old Muppets up on the top.
Yep.
I've modeled me and him in them, and we're going to do some Zooms about sales and database reactivations and things like that together. So, and that's all going to be free as well. So there's a whole heap of resources out there.
Yeah, quick brag on Steven Tann. I don't know how much you guys know him, but I've seen Steven sell ice to Eskimos. I've seen Steven sell agency packages to agency owners that are established. He is one of the best sales and marketing people in the industry. Having known him for several years, it is an honor to see people like him and Steve Rosenbaum work. So thank you, Steven. You are phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. Anybody? I'd like to introduce Thomas too. Thomas is another friend of mine. Thomas is in the dental marketing space, but he's starting up a business at the moment. Have you launched it yet, Thomas? You said mid-April. Is it launched?
Before I answer that, I may as well just indulge you then. It's one of those where me and Steve have been talking about how, we should approach the launch, and then when you get these sort of internal referrals, that's taken over, unfortunately. So I've just pretty much been doing a lot of fulfillment with very tight deadline projects. I put the launch just a bit on the back burner only because I'm still polishing my SOPs, the structure of the business. But however, it's definitely an exciting time to launch let's say, a sort of marketing agency where it's more inbound than there is outbound. So I'm really excited to indulge everyone on that notion. However, can I just use this opportunity to just give props up to Mario? Uh, the name legend is he walks the walk and he talks the talk. I met this guy in London. He's such a big heart, and
Yeah,
absolute
I
pleasure.
appreciate that.
And hopefully you do, or I can convince you to come to Dallas and lighting another cigar with you, because spending time with you in London, absolute gems. And like I said, I think because you're so, let's say, you are what you see, what you see. People can think it's controversial, but however, you're just like, you know what? I'm 100% upfront, and there's no being around the bush. And I really appreciate that because it just cuts all the bullshit. And some people need to be real, recognize is real, how I say it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
If I'm still introducing myself, everyone, hi. I run two marketing agencies, one in the UK, specializing in dentistry, and one globally, which is open to most niches. Now, I also do on the side consulting and coaching work with marketers, simply because in a world that's evolving with, well, fast evolving AI, it's hard to keep up with the pace. So I made the decision to just go all in on marketing and leave the AI to the experts such as Steven, such as Mario. And because I'm 100% obsessed with marketing, I'm always in the trenches, looking at the nuances, looking at the changes in algorithms or consumer behaviors. So this is probably my sort of advantage that I have over some of the let's say delegates of marketing courses, and they're very quick to swarm the market and expressing their skill sets. However, I spend a lot of time correcting a lot of bad work, and sometimes consulting with uh, companies that have made mistakes in the hiring process. So that's me in a nutshell. Thank you for everyone.
That's okay. Hey, Farouk, how you going, mate? You're in the medical space, aren't you, Farouk? Dental or medical, aren't you? No, not talking to me, Farouk. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to say I think Farouk, who is next to you on my screen, is in the dental or medical space as well, and he's just starting up an agency. He's going along really well. But has anybody got it? We've got two wonderful guests here, and I was going to have sort of crappy little subjects, and you don't need to listen to me talking about crap. Anybody got a question about vibe coded apps, or maybe a question about how do we get off GoHighLevel and get onto a CRM that Mario's just built apparently, or anything like that to help them. Look, you got an opportunity to, vibe coded apps, marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, anything GHL. Mario was on the inside of High Level, working at High Level for quite some time as well. And if there's nothing that Mario wouldn't know about High Level as well. So, guys, please feel free to stick your hand up and ask some questions. If you don't, you're mad.
Well, I actually have a question for you guys. So I'll flip it because most people have a kind of a fear of being the first one to ask a question. So I'll go ahead and do it. What were your biggest challenges, and what made you decide to become agency owners and founders? What drove you to that point of saying, hey, I got to get out of my 9 to 5 and I want to become an agency owner? Like, what drove you to that point? Anybody feel free to unmute and answer, or I'm going to call on somebody.
I'll answer first. I've got to. I'm the host, so my driver was it was an 8-year plan for me to start an agency, build an agency, and sell an agency to be able to live the life that I'm living right now, which is traveling around England in a canal boat. My wife made sacrifices. I made sacrifices. I was driving Uber and working full time building that agency. And sort of I started that agency so I could get the freedom to be able to work anywhere in the world. So that was my driver, Mario. Anybody else want to add their driver? Go for it, Lou.
You got
You're
me,
muted,
Lou.
buddy.
Let me take my microphone off first. Okay. So I was in high tech for like 36 years. I ran global support organizations and decided to get out of it and got into becoming an Amazon DSP. And what that means is these Amazon drivers aren't badged Amazon employees. They work for a logistics company like mine. So for 5 years, I had 70 drivers. I had 38 of the Amazon vans, and insurance just started getting more and more. And I decided, you know what, I'm not going to renew on the 6th year, and decided to do something different. I'm already doing voice over IP for the last 10 years, selling business phones to farmers insurance agencies and travel agencies and whatnot. I thought this would be a natural fit for that. I'm 61 now, so it was hard getting back into high tech, particularly at my level that I left. So I decided to do something different, which is this, and that's what I'm doing now. So trying to make a go of it. I'm trying to get to my existing 30 voice over IP phone system clients to put in an AI receptionist. But now these VoIP companies, these business phone systems are adding their AI receptionist. So it's kind of it's it's less expensive than I would charge for a separate AI receptionist from the GoHighLevel platform anyway. So I'm kind of in between there right now, trying to create a market and try to create a package for my existing clients and adding the AI receptionist without breaking their bank, right? Because they're on budgets as well. So that's where I'm at currently. But I'm excited about this, and hopefully we could, get some business going.
One thing that really quick, Lou, that I found, do you eat McDonald's? Just out of curiosity.
I say again?
Do you eat McDonald's?
Sure.
So McDonald's, for the longest time, aside from really developing the fast food model, predominantly out of solving the need for GIs to be able to get food without getting out of their cars, because you're not allowed in when you're off base to wear your uniform and get out of your car. Really actually broke the mold in terms of figuring out a way to make their business profitable by coming up with a new revenue model. And one thing that I would recommend to you on the voice AI side is really you don't have to compete on price. You have to compete on value, obviously, is what everyone's going to tell you. But the revenue model still matters. And a lot of people try and charge a monthly fee for their voice AI and try and charge flat rate and things like that, using the $97 a month plan. But the thing is that they don't realize that the majority of their clients are never going to actually hit that $97 price point. And if they do, then they're going to be more, they're going to be paying more with their third party other VoIP system anyways. So one thing that I try and focus on, and the reason why I bring up McDonald's, is the Coke and fries model. So they actually lose money typically, or used to lose money on their hamburgers. And where they made all of their money was on cheap potatoes, which were in abundance at the time, and syrup, which is what drives syrup and CO2 water, which, fizzy water, which is what makes soda. The Coke and fries model actually drives McDonald's entire revenue line because it's so cheap. It's pennies for the soda that they give you, and they charge you, you know what, like $1, $3 somewhere in there.
Oh
And
yeah.
same for the fries. So go direct. And one of the things that I found in my SaaS agency that was more important was actually not charging people at all for anything other than usage and giving them an opportunity to grow the platform with their business, because if they're using it a lot and they're paying say $100 or $150 a month in usage costs, chances are the revenue will correlate and justify that level of spend. You'll get more customers by not charging up front and going the Coke and fries model, and you'll have more profit long term by doing a 2 to 4x markup on the Twilio and AI rebilling services than you ever would charging a flat rate or anything up front, purely because of the number of customers you'll have and things like that. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. Good stuff. Yep. Appreciate it. I do have one client that I'm trying to figure out how I would spin a product to them, but they are a marketing insurance agency trying to get recruiting. They don't care about selling policies. They just need more people under them so they can make more money off other people, right? So it's a marketing deal, pyramid, I guess you would say. But they're looking to me to see if I can do an outbound recruiting platform. But there's a lot of compliance issues around that I'm still trying to navigate through. So I need to educate myself more on that and what the compliance issues could be and how I get around that. But they're ready. They said, "Hey, man, if you could do it, I'm happy to spend $1 million trying to get people recruited into my teams."
So the only way to do what you're talking about, because you can't outbound call anybody in the United, you're based in the US, correct?
Yes, correct.
So you can't do any outbound marketing at all to consumers. Even email, you can't cold email consumers, you can't cold text consumers, and you can't cold call consumers, especially using AI, without prior consent. So you have to give them something of value. So figure out a number of free lead magnets that consumers would want, things like budgeting planners and stuff you can build on Lovable, and use Facebook ads to drive traffic to, and drive traffic to those free lead magnets. And as part of them using the lead magnet, hide in the terms and conditions and in the consent boxes that you're going to call them. Then you can outbound call them. That's the only way to get around the compliance issues.
Okay. No one's ever told me that. That's a great idea.
That's the easiest. It's hands down the easiest way to do it.
Okay. Awesome. I'll look into that.
I told you we got a couple of good guys. Farouk, you're back. Hello.
Hi Steven, how are you, man?
I'm doing well, mate. I was saying before you didn't.
You get color.
Yeah, that's sitting in the sun on the back of my boat, steering around, man. Listen,
Great.
I don't work after 12 o'clock on Monday. I don't work on Fridays. On Saturdays and Sundays, I go out and enjoy myself. So
Lifestyle business. Huh?
that's what I work for. But I was saying before, are you in the dental niche or just the medical niche? Aren't you, Farouk?
Yeah, I'm in the medical niche, exactly.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not looking like this,
Mate, you had a question, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm just curious. What is the best lead magnet for you guys today?
Thomas, can I throw that one over to you at the moment? Thomas is a friend of mine, Farouk. We smoked cigars all together, and Mario's been involved over in London as well. Thomas is based in the UK in Birmingham, and Thomas has got his specialty is meta ads, especially in the dental niche.
Nice.
You can probably relate to Thomas a little bit.
This is my audience. Exactly my audience. Dental niche, yeah.
Well, what's the best? Well, not the best, but one of the high converting lead magnets really is actually a funnel into a webinar. I believe the buying decisions have changed recently with clients and customers, it's a bit longer now, or the process of building trust has taken a bit longer, whereas webinars is possibly one of the most effective for someone to get to
Still
know.
solid, eh?
Yeah, I'm this is what I'm noticing from my side. However, I'll look forward to hearing everyone else's opinion on this. Just from my insights, webinars they're very short. Some of them are more frequent now. Before, I used to attend webinars once every month, every 2 months. Now there seems to be something almost every week. Some of them call them live workshops. Some of them are just pretty much, yeah, webinars as a way to keep a community active, gain people into like a brand ecosystem, and conversions. Usually, because everyone anticipates the end of a webinar, there's always an upsell, and I think Mario explained it brilliantly. If you like asking, do you want fries and drinks with that? It's pretty much expected at an end of a webinar. At, and even though they expect it, they still likely to have a positive buying decision because they've already committed into the webinar. So that's my
Mm.
answer to that.
Mm. Mm. So how you would call a webinar? I mean, I have a great track record actually. All of my dentist clients, at least I'm bringing them weekly, like one of the best working ads for in our company. It's like 52 patients we generate for a studio per
But,
week, per week. Huh?
but I
So
think you
it's,
can build on that. There's a lot of insights you can gain and data
yeah,
you can extract from that
yeah,
already.
yeah.
That's a really good foundation.
Yeah, it's really really good because I get to know my clients, um, like how you said, online it's getting always harder and harder. I think we are in a big trust recession right now.
Mm.
Everybody knows webinars, everybody knows quiz funnels, everybody knows lead magnets, everything's like oversaturated because everybody knows and everybody's smart, especially dental, like dentists, they're academica, like they're super smart people, let's
Yeah.
say, and they know already there is a funnel, so they're
Yeah.
just scrolling through, and that's why my strategy is today. What I think, I mean, for sure, webinar still works like crazy, and but it's really long, like long, how I can say it, it's like a long journey till that I get him as a client. So my approach is like getting into networks, like high, but really high societies where good people are, like doctors, dentists, and even not talk with them, having just small talk, you are dentist, cool, nice. Even not make a pitch or something like this, like
Mm.
I'm just exchanging numbers, and then next day I'm going home, making a full audit. Since that I'm doing this, I've like my close rate is 99%. When I'm getting with them live
Yeah.
in some space, the trust level is much much higher. You know.
And what's your
Um,
lifetime value with your clients, Farouk? You're charging a grand a month, 10 grand a month, 100 grand a month, or
yeah, to discover what I have now. I'm in a network right now. There are a lot of futurism. I have a big network. Like I'm doing also event productions
yeah,
since 1998, live marketing, and
yeah,
I get to know really big companies, people like Porsche. We work for Porsche. We are agency from Porsche International, and there I get to know really great minds and really they have big networks, communities, where handful from people they are like they're predicting the future. How the future looks like.
mm,
And one of the guy that's I like those kind of information. So in order to prepare yourself with your business and how to which kind of target group to, to which kind of people you can target, how looks the economy, etc. So what I discover is the middle class people, they are going away. So we have to decide right now which group we want to serve, And I have 3 packages. One is $297. I will close this package completely. The second is $497, and the third, it's a huge high ticket. It's 2.5K.
Do the full service, double the price for Rook.
Exactly, full service, ads, creating ads, and all those kind of stuff.
Yep.
And I see I've just for $297 2 clients right now. I never talk to them since 3 years. I never talked to them. They're paying months after months. It's just repetition management, Google repetition management. But I'm seeing I have to raise the price, definitely. Because I want to serve those rich people. I don't want to serve the low ticket people, because the low ticket people will be much more harder to serve. They're much more stressy, but I want to serve those rich people. So I have to raise the price, and rich people, they are giving you identity when they see your price. So I'm going now with my high ticket price, with my platinum package. I'm going to 5K. First goal, second goal will be 10K.
Yep.
Because I'm seeing the middle class is complete washing away. They are going away. They are splitting in 2 halves, low or high. And I really believe, if when you have a kind of library, like what's it called in English? When you weight stuff.
Scales.
The scales, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
When you put so much value enough into one part, the money will be no problem for those people, So I try to put so much value as possible. Of course, thanks to this community, Haram, I can manage a lot of things right now.
Yep.
And I'm 3 months here now, and I'm about to automate the most of the stuff. So
why don't you consider? You could consider taking a leaf out of Mario's book and scrap your $297 and charge $1.99, and just charge on usage. Just 2 or 4 times on usage. And
great idea.
Scrap that low ticket altogether.
Nice.
It's really worth considering. I made most of my money on rebilling. I was always 2 to 4 times. In Australia, it's hard on phone numbers because phone calls are really expensive over there to start with. But that just charge on that usage, and it's a volume. It's a volume game. So consider that. And the high ticket, like we spoke last week, give them those 8 VAs to go in there and do all of their work and get everything set up and like full white glove service, because those people can afford it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the current clients right now, they stay with the price. And it's also kind of a retention strategy behind, when I raise the price, I say, guys, you're my homies, you stay with the price. But all new people, they pay the price. So they are kind of, they feel when they want to go out, they say, then I will lose the price. It's really like a kind of retention strategy also behind.
Yeah.
I never, when I started off with $297, I was so scary, to sell those packages. Now I'm like going into these networks, talking with them, laughing, having a great time, even not making a pitch. But day after, coming with one thing. And this is also like crazy, the ego stuff, the ego stuff works really, really well. When you say, look at your concurrent, look at your competition, how they are performing. You want to be better like them, especially for dentists, Thomas. They are kind of with this ego stuff, they are really get attracted to it, and they're always answering positively.
I think I know why your close rate is so high, because you can cater to their ego.
Yeah,
Pretty much, it's pretty much it is emotionally driven. I guess that's with dentists. They
yeah.
are competitive in nature,
And
and
when I
you don't have to
call
sell
even the
too hard.
competition, when I call the names of the competition, even then, I'm like, I check you on Google and I saw you are, worse positioning than your concurrents, like this, and this, and that, and they know the competition. And they were like, I can help you for free. Should we chat together? Really super simple message. No pitch, super naturally. The thing with the like free consultation works really great. And they were, touching their ego. Absolutely. This is powerful. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I never.
Yeah, we had to keep it a secret, okay? Because we can't let the world know our secrets.
Um,
Oh
now,
my gosh. Yeah, I know, but it's yeah. There are so many nuances in growing this business. I mean, Stephen, I'm here because of Stephen. Yeah, and yeah, it's from the time we talked, Stephen, and now it's like complete
yeah,
different paradigm. It's like
yeah.
thanks
We've
to this
grown
community.
we've grown up a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
A few more grey hairs, but so, is that but Farouk, it sounds like you need networking events. You need to set up a networking event in Dusseldorf or wherever you are and get Google search the top 10 dentists. They probably all know each other anyway. Get them out for dinner, give them a glass of wine, stroke their egos, grab their credit card numbers out the door and go home and charge their cards.
Yeah,
um,
yeah. No, my idea is right now they are coming like around 600 dentists. They do congress,
yeah,
this, they
yeah,
learn new stuff. So I'm getting into those communities right now,
yeah,
and I try to, you know, bring value into these communities, like with speeches, here
yeah,
are 3 steps how to get more patients, implantat patients, or something like this,
yeah,
and making a great speech there, bringing great value without having a pitch at the end. You say, putting with GHL a QR code stuff, and they
yeah,
can, they get more free stuff, so I can collect their email address. Those, I'm going into those kind of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and it's
There's
fun,
no,
it's fun, it's physical,
yeah.
you know surrounded with people. I like those approach. I'm more this connecting type person.
Sabrina's just sent you a message in the chat there, Farouk.
Oh yeah.
You guys should connect. Um,
We have a group. Yeah.
but Sabrina,
Sabrina, yes.
are you still playing around with your apps and all of that sort of thing, your API calls and all of that sort of thing?
Yeah, so last time we chatted, so Anthony was saying that you guys are also building a AI system for code outreach. That's why I kind of took a pause
Yeah,
while we're adding more team member. Initially, my thought process is go use Clay to scrape linking contact, because we know if you just putting in the hyperlink for linking, I actually do a lot of linking
yeah,
automation with softwares. But if you don't have the actual like how they describe their about section experience, it doesn't run as correctly. So my
yeah,
sales system, usually I have a customized GPT uploaded with all our offers, partnership, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah. And then it gives scoring system on what's their individual personal need, company needs, and then creating questions to engage with them. So I was just onboarding my sales team on that. But
yeah,
what I was also saying is the way that we want to go massive outreach is similar to what Farouk was saying, right? Like not strike their ego in a way of I have an AI system that can scrape people, because we're more toward the high end people who can invest, who can support startup. And because some of these private dentists, they have money, right? They are
yeah,
investing, but they don't know how to do due diligence like we can. And
yeah,
so the vetting system is always like, oh, but which startup should we help to for our patient? Where should I invest, right? That's or people going to the family or friends round. So the way that we wanted to do is use my AI list that already customized, already sorted to make sure they're making a certain income bracket to qualify for a accredited investor. And then each of their LinkedIn profile or their company profile, we run through AI so Clay can scrape that and then connect with my GPT that I already customized build to create that short blurb to say what are there alkali that we believe really agree with us, who are a group of physicians and clinicians who really truly wanted to believe that opportunity doesn't just come to us. We have to search for them. Otherwise, these large institution VCs are drowning us. Now, we also partner with these VCs, but we're saying we have to be at the table to play the game, right? So we encourage all these clinicians to join us to create a massive movement. So that's how I wanted to initially thought Clay scraping my GPT assistant, creating these messages on backend research, and then plug into instantly to send cold email. Now I've been using Yam, but Yam doesn't create like a campaign like GHL, right? And I tried GHL as well. GHL is good, but I'm seeing a bunch of my email going to spam. So that was our conversation from last time, right?
Yep.
And so I have one of my assistants to trying to go back from GoHighLevel and all that back in to fix some of it. But as you're saying, it's a slow process. So I might as well create a subdomain, use Yan or instantly to send these cold emails out. And then when people are booked a interview, because we have a qualification process, background check, and then or they invited to one of our mastermind, then because now they're opted in, then we can send it from our primary domain. So that's kind of my system. And then because I'm also, when I tested out, even just GHL without doing all those personalization, what we did really helpful was we put ads out there for people who are looking for those additional consultant advisor roles. And then we use just my primary GHL to send out. That campaign worked really well. I sent out, I think, about 330 something initial, and then we had a 60% booked for interview. And then right now we have 100 people in a pipeline we give them 3 months for exploration free with all the tools and connections, introduction before they have to decide which pay tiers, or if they are a startup, how we're going to engage with them for growth or funding, right? So I wanted just to make that bigger. That's why last week I'm like kind of trying to ask you guys like exactly what you guys build from that cold email outreach standpoint. How is that comparable to Instantly and Yam? So we know it once we build it, we're not constantly testing new things every month.
I'm going to introduce you to Mario, Sabrina. Mario has worked with HighLevel, has been in the space for 7 years. He's hands down the best app builder. Everything that you spoke about, he probably understands as well. And he's just saying in the chat, he's just built a system. I believe he's built what you just described.
Yeah, it's exactly what you described. So I do and have been since I was in the military doing effectively agentic OSINT work to discover information under rocks that people never really think to look under about anybody that you can think of. So I decided to productize it. I also do forensic software security and a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, Legion Site or Site by Legion is effectively exactly what you described. It does the auto capture of data from anonymous visitors, predominantly in the US, but it also does company data for outside international traffic. And then it enriches that data using my agentic OSINT protocol, which does a really, really good job of finding information on those people. And then on top of that, you can plug in email lists. You can do a variety of different things. I also work with some of the top data trunks and data providers around the world. So effectively what you just described is what we're officially going into beta with tomorrow. which is just a productized version of what I've been doing for my clients for the last 7 years.
Awesome. So I'll just let you know, I use Audience Lab. So Audience Lab does
Yeah, I know
have
them.
a super pixel. Okay, so you know them.
Yeah, I know the owner.
Um,
I know Adam.
Okay, so my process is Audience Lab for the legalist. And then
Yep.
now the only thing is Audience Lab with their new beta versions enhancement. I'm not exactly sure how that works yet. So I'll be interesting to kind of hear you. I'm very specific, the output, because I feel like sometimes if there's one system that can do everything, we don't have to synchronize so many like stuff together. That's better, right? Because right now it just feel like you have to piecemeal multiple different tools to get to the actually optimized, customized result, right? So I'm curious my goal is qualified lead. Let's just say we use the Audience Lab, right? A lead list of people who are accredited investor, and sending out a customized email and text message to make sure that they understand this is invite only community. This is our mission, what we love about them, and then synchronize it into when they booked an interview on our back end or call on our back end, then the rest of the automation stops, right? So that's kind of, if just like a high level, that's what I want.
Yeah, so our system does exactly that. And what you're talking about, from even sending the emails that don't land in spam and everything like that, is entirely doable. It's also like we're launching that module next week, because I've already built the system that does it. It's just a matter of, pressure testing it against some pretty
Awesome.
huge lead lists. And then, yeah, I know Adam Lucerne, the CEO of Audience Labs. We're actually consulting for them using our enrichment process to help them enhance their system. So would love to talk to you. They're one of our partners and data feeds. So
Awesome. Yeah.
they're amazing. I absolutely love their team.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So then we can chat. Did you see my calendar up there? Like power partner call? That should block out half hour on my calendar if you want to double check.
Yep, I'm going right now and booking a meeting with you.
Awesome. Yay.
I did already
Yeah.
for tomorrow. We see us tomorrow.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So I'll run a brief. I'm a clinician by trade, cardiothoracic surgery for more than 11 years, did public health before that, burned out practicing medicine, and then start going into the executive route of how do we fix healthcare in the way of people first and then results second, right? Because I think most people do the opposite. They like, oh, there's a problem, let's fix it. But they're not thinking most of the problem is people problem. And then when you have the wrong people that either hype things up or complain about it, nothing's getting done, right? Just like conversation after conversation. So my background was neuroscience before I got into medicines. I ended up doing book collaboration and a bunch other experts in the field of seeing how co-founder dynamic business building is actually have a 5-dimensional level of how we create change. And so we put together a process that really look into the physical, spiritual, mental skill set and resilience of the individual and the organization, and use that as both the team building, leadership model, and business development model. And then we use that also for startup investment, because the very last thing that you really invest is people, right? You can have the perfect performer and then business plan, but the wrong people will always drag things out, right? Or they say they're going to use the money this way, and then 2 months later, you're like, how do you burn the cash that quickly? So we use that with our VC partners or investing partners from their last part of the due diligence on execution, predicting if they are actually going to work well together, or 3 months they're going to fall apart. So from there, we realized that some of my investment partners like, hey, we wanted to create ecosystem, right? It's not all of us building it individually. Like what Faruka, you're saying, right? There's a group of dentists. Some of my partners are dentists, have dental funds. And then other people who are in wellness, right? Longevity, peptide, like all that stuff coming out. So we're saying, how can we all merge together into one roof? Because when you build people, when you build business, the concept is actually the same. People are just always trying to pull things apart, thinking they're unique. But now thinking about fundamentally, we're all the same. So how can we build a model what works? And from operational standpoint, that's what we are really good at, is that some people like you guys are all about go-to-market, and then part of us are also media. But we're saying operationally, you need to have these AI systems, tools, processes in place. So then when you have different assistants coming in, one of the complaints is actually GHL boys. Every time they switch a team member, they're not really good about handing off the task to the next person, right? And then that's a significant slowdown for any business owner. You're like, great, now I have to stop my whole day, retrain this person before moving on, right? So one of the things we start inserting is building course modules for onboarding. These are the way that we use Asana. These are the way that project management is supposed to be doing. Everybody's supposed to learn all the module lesson about the company, who you're working with, what's the offer before you even do your task. Yeah. But I think a lot of us have these SOP written, but it's in Google Drive in different places. So when you're onboarding, we still have to like, did I find that? I filmed all these Loom videos, right? Where are they, right? So I think a lot of time we're kind of in that we build so much infrastructure, but it's not working for us yet. So now we're in the position of let's build it out for people. Now we can duplicate it for these larger entity who's been around 10, 20 years, right? But their growth is slow because they're constantly have the big name, but infrastructure not supporting. So we're in that place of we're the gel now. We're neutralizing. We're helping everyone to get to the point of we're building community all together. We're learning from each other, right? Mario's expertise in building those output. Then we have a lot of people that run events. We should be able to deploy that same model and show them, hey, HBA is able to do that. Therefore, our partner, you want to run your event, you expanding your own partnership and membership, you should be able to do that. And then we already tested. This only costs you 2 weeks to build out, and then we can test for 2 weeks. There, months later, you can blah, 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 right? So if you run a new event, use that, give yourself at least a month, right? So we're kind of mapping things out for other people while constantly adding other experts to say, what do you know? How can you teach about this subject? How can we show you as the expert in the ecosystem and build out more PR and media of larger networks? We have large, doctor magazines. My own personal show ranked top 100 on Apple Podcasts, right, under entrepreneurship. So we have all these resources. Why not come together and help each other out? And then also filter, right? Like you're in women's health and women leader, but you want women, more women investors? Well, that's one of my TED Talk, right? And then, so who else is doing what, right? Like, how can we all merge together? And also the challenge I have with a lot of people is they want partnership, but then you get on a call, they're just like, oh, great, right? Then I'm like, but what's next? What's next quarter go? Can we do something together, right? Be tangible. Because I think too many of us get on calls and just like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, but nothing you can actually put down on the books to actually creating result. Then 3 months later, you're gonna feel like, was that relationship actually meaningful, or we just hype each other up and then we move on already, and then we forgot about each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was your Facebook post today, wasn't it, Thomas? People at the bottom are competing, people at the top are collaborating.
You should also get to know my wife. She's Italian. She's an absolute powerhouse. She's a longevity coach as well. And
Nice.
I see also there so much attraction over there as well. Like after COVID, everybody wants to get control over his own health as well. So a lot of things there. And I think it's also the future. Building communities, having communities, networks, fluent networks. I think more digitized we become, more AI comes around the corner, more we search for real humans, So it's also the opposite. And looking forward. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to meet her.
But I put something in the chat that I discovered today. Just to get in there, mindscan.com.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Mario? It's pretty cool. You get a name, location, date of birth, and then you've got AI just scanning absolutely everything. It plugs into HighLevel, $1 per scan for a person. It was pretty cool. I was talking a good friend of mine is a gentleman named Rupert Samuel, who's got a company called Level Up Marketplace, who builds most of the apps in the marketplace. And I thought he wasn't talking to me, and he reached out today. And I thought, you're talking to me, and he told me about that app because I've built an app similar to that as well. But unfortunately, it requires a date of birth, so it's no good on the front of appointment bookings or anything like that.
Yeah, I like those kind of stuff. Absolutely.
Gathering that attention, but there's a plugin in the marketplace that plugs right into your GoHighLevel account, so you can test it all out if you want.
So I'll test it because like we usually ask date of birth as a spiritual alignment marker. When you know people's date of birth, one of our advisors is a spiritual business coach that we align in what's your highest purpose, right? When you're building, so then we can know, are we coming into, let's say, building this dental fund, right, for startups? Are we just hyped up because we're so excited not helping oral health and dentists, or are we actually meant to do this together, right? Not get distracted. So on our application, one of the questions we do have is date of birth, and then I created a automation for every time their date of birth come up, they get an email and text message the day of. So even we forgot to send them a postcard a week ago, at least they're getting something from us.
Yeah, have a look into, because that mind scan really sounds like it would fit in perfectly with what you're doing, and like it ties into HighLevel. The pricing on it is $3 per scan, but done through HighLevel, it's $1 per scan.
Oh, cool.
Is it possible to integrate it as well?
It's all done with API. There's an app in the marketplace, and you just set what MindScan is searching for, what custom values it's filling, what custom fields it's filling out within HighLevel, and then you can use it for whatever you like.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I thought it looked interesting. I was just told about it. Another one that I found out there. Has anybody heard of Victor?
No.
No.
I've been playing around with Victor as well. It's another AI. It lives in Slack, so you need Slack, but it's doing all of my accountancy for me at the moment, and an email comes in with a receipt. It will organize it. It will take the receipt, put it in a folder, I just work with spreadsheets, but it can put it into Zero. It can talk to your ads and all of that sort of thing. I thought for you, Thomas, with your ads, like it's got all, I'm just going to share my screen quickly. It's got all of these skills involved in meta ads and things like that. So I can generate a content brief. I'll go back, analyze creative, analyze advantage plus, audit audiences, account conversations, meta ads, bidding audit, meta ads weekly review, all of that sort of stuff. And it all sort of just lives in Slack like this. So I've been talking to it, doing my accountancy, going through and putting in accounts and all of that sort of thing. And yeah, it's something that's out there. I just thought I'd mention it. We're getting towards the end of the call.
Yeah, I've heard of Victor. A few people have mentioned it. I haven't tested it myself yet, but it does look like one of the tools that I like to have a play with. Definitely.
Yeah, there's a link. If you want to give it a go, give it a go. There's a link in there. I get 10,000 credits. You get 10,000 credits.
Nice.
No subscription, no card or anything like that. But yeah, I'm using it to basically, you can use it for LinkedIn outreach, what Sabrina was talking about at the moment. It can go out and find 25 people every morning on a certain description in a certain location with a certain job title that may have been retrenched or sacked in the last 6 months, and you can really go into details there. And every morning you can wake up with 25 new leads sitting in there. It can tie into HighLevel, and then it can go and find those leads. So it might be another tool to add to the stack, which is in there. Did I put the link in the chat? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah. There you go, Brad. And like I said, I get 10,000 credits. You get 10,000 credits. So there's no need for a credit card or anything like that there. But yeah, a friend of mine, Gary Capps, who's got My CRM Sim, told me about that one. So, but Guys,
Yeah.
it's been non-stop today. It's been great. We'll have to keep Anthony Mellon away from these meetings more often.
Exactly. I think there's so much value also in each of us, and to share
Exactly right.
things.
Exactly right.
Sabrina, the fact that you come also from neuroscience, this is a huge topic for me. I don't know if you know, do you know triune brain model from Dr. McLean?
I can look into it. Yeah.
Amazing. So I'm using this as my navigation for everything, for marketing, to influence myself, to influence my clients, there's three models, like our brain is made in three parts: emotional, physical, and conceptual. And it is also how our body is constructed and how our life is constructed. We have the relationships and the heart, and we have our subconscious and the ideas that comes out parallel, and then we have our physical, and then our physical environment, productivity, etc. So I'm using this for everything, and it's always working. And it's also amazing to understand personality types, different kind of types of clients, and how you can talk to them, how you can influence them. It's an amazing model, triune brain model. I can write it here in the chat.
Yeah, type it in the chat for me. That would be great. So one of the things we do is it's not a personality type. So based on your body movement, there are 9 categories of people that you have one gift that you're born with, and then you can activate. The challenge with knowing other people's personality type is you have to actually know them and have assessment. Versus leveraging body movement, you can shift into, based on their body feature, already start shifting yourself into how they move, how they work, and then you start tapping into the way they communicate. So that creates an easier way of influence. Where we have to psychological profiling is we have to learn so much about that person, right? Or we have to run
No, you can
reports.
already, everybody has a different kind of interest or expertise. Like most doctors, example, are academical people. You can already see they're dominant in 2 different ways. You can already see it from their profession, let's say. Most of the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, we do talk about that into what you were saying, communication and speaking skill. But we're saying because people are 5-dimensional, you need to look into their psychological, physical skill set, and spiritual, combine them. Because a lot of people who have the same psychological are different with their body function and natural gifts, and then
Absolutely.
vice versa, right? And their skill set, maybe they're building themselves as a clinician who are researcher based, right? What we're saying like strategy based, but actually who they meant to be, they're individualist, right? So so we start adding those multiple ways into one system to say, it's not just we're learning about us. We start running reports, say Sabrina and Steven. How are we going to butt heads? How are we going to merge together really well? And then, but what if we start adding Farouk? What if we start adding Thomas into the equation, right? So what are we synchronized naturally based on who we are? And then then we adding the spiritual guy to give us a way to say, if we start staying with each other to build this initiative together, in 6 months, are we going to have a friction point? In a year, are we going to have a friction point? In 3 years, do we going to have something? So we start looking into longevity of now and the future. So all of that stuff that you guys are talking about is really great. Oh, I need to jump. Have a podcast recording.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining us. It's been a fantastic call. Same time next week, guys. I look forward to seeing you all. Take care, guys.
Talk to you soon.
Bye. See you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.